Final Four college basketball show, live from Wayne, Michigan, at US 12. As always, I'm joined by Cletus.
How you guys doing?
First, we're going to recap our picks from last week. We were both 9-3. I was able to get 3 out of 4 Final Four teams, and Cletus was able to get 2 out of 4 Final Four teams. Our big blemish was Michigan State, of course.
Who saw that, right? that really hurt. But they'll be back next year. They just need a point guard. They need a point guard. I heard they have a good team coming, recruits coming next season, so they'll be okay. Yeah,
no question about it. They have Gary Harris coming in, and maybe Keith Appling will learn how to take the ball off the court.
Exactly.
Not like a high school player against Peyton Siva the entire time.
He looked scared.
And wow, unbelievable that State's front court couldn't do anything either.
They were scared of Dan. Very scared of Dan. He's like he had 5 arms out there. You know? Blocking shots with his elbow. Hey, the show must go on, though.
Yeah, they had a great year, but I guess better luck next time.
Right.
So moving on to our Final Four, we have Kentucky playing Louisville.
Interesting matchup, right?
Yes, it is. And you got to start with the coaches here. You have Rick Pitino and John Calipari. What's fitting about this game is Pitino won a national championship in Kentucky back 17 years ago, and Calipari is still looking for his first one.
Yeah. I don't really get it this year. We'll see, right?
Yeah, we will. He's going to have to go through Louisville.
Yes, first he's going to have to go through Louisville.
Yes, he is.
So what do you think about the matchups in this game?
Well, Kentucky, at every position, has Louisville beat, except for one. Probably Peyton Siva is the only place, the point guard for Louisville.
I don't know, Teague. Teague is not bad. You know, he's inconsistent. He's not really a legitimate point guard in my eyes, but he's not a bad player. But I understand what you're saying about Siva. Siva is the spoon that you know, stirs everything. So, you know, he's very important to Louisville's team offensively and defensively too with the press.
Yes, he is. And if Louisville's going to win this game, they're going to have to get transition baskets and get probably 15 to 20 turnovers against Kentucky, which is a tall order.
Very tall order. With Kentucky's maturity and discipline, it's going to be hard to get any type of turnovers against them. But you know, that press has been giving a lot of teams problems. Rick Pitino has fine-tuned that press. You know, and he has the right guards, you know, to make that press happen. Again, you know, you have Russ Smith, who's, you know, very, very good player. He's an offensive juggernaut. You know, the last game they played, he came in and just, you know, was on fire. You know, he's hard to.
Yeah, he's really played well in the tournament for a freshman.
Yes,
and they have another freshman too, Bohannon. He's going to have to come up big for Louisville.
Yeah, Bohannon had a huge game against Florida. I mean, if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have won that game, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And Florida shot 67% from the field in the first half.
Yeah.
And in the second half, they tailed off a lot. And at the end of the game, they couldn't hit a broadside of the barn.
Well, I just think that they forgot how they scored the first half. I mean, they did do well at the three-point line in the first half as well. But they did not go inside, you know, and set up their big men.
Yeah, Patrick Young.
Yeah, Patrick Young. And I just think I blame that on guard play. You know, you have to be mentally, you know, involved in the game in order to, you know, to get to this level. And in order to win, you have to stay mentally focused. So they blew it. But for this particular game, I just think Kentucky is too much athleticism, too much running.
Well, they have Anthony Davis. I mean, who's going to guard him on Louisville? I mean, he will kill Dane.
Right. Who's going to match up against Michael Kidd-Gilchrist? I mean, Terrence Jones had a good game.
Yeah. Kentucky's just loaded.
Yeah.
And then if they have problems, they can have Darius Miller come off the bench.
Right.
And he can throw in 20 of his own.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And all these guys are first-round draft picks. They choose to go to the NBA next year.
So young too.
That's Calipari's one-and-done philosophy. Continues to work.
Don't change what's not broken. Right? I got Kentucky in this game. I got Kentucky.
Yeah, I have Kentucky also. And I think it's not going to be a contest.
Yeah, how many points you got in mind? Is it
Kentucky by 15.
Woo! In the Final Four?
In the Final Four.
I've seen it before. I say 12 and up. 12 and up. You know, I think it's going to be a blowout.
If Louisville were to win this game, this would probably be one of the biggest upsets ever in the Final Four. I would have to say it would be like UNLV, the Running Rebels back in the early 90s, against Duke. and Duke upset them in the
Yeah.
Final Four. After they
Duke beat them by 30 in the finals, right?
UNLV beat Duke by 30 the year before,
Yeah.
and then Duke beat UNLV by 2 the next year.
You're right.
And that was supposed to be the greatest team ever in college basketball.
They got paid, man.
Oh, well, Kentucky's getting paid too. These guys got nicer cars than the alumni.
We're not supposed to say that. What about the next game? We
All
both
right.
got on that one.
Yeah. Okay, we got Kansas versus Ohio State. Wow, what matchups. And both teams played their best game of the tournament.
Right.
Ohio State winning the Boston, playing Syracuse in a hostile environment last weekend.
Yeah.
And they got it done. They got it done in all phases.
Yeah, I gotta tip my hat off to Bill Self. I hate using my words, but I said, he wasn't gonna do this, he wasn't gonna do that. Although he has not won a national championship yet. He did a hell of a coaching job, I believe. That triangle in 2 that they put on North Carolina, it blew Roy Williams' mind. So he did a job. He did a good job, and the team played well. Everybody played.
Well, Tyson Taylor came to play for the first time in the tournament. He had 27, doing them up, and Thomas Robinson, the Player of the Year.
Yeah, unbelievable. And let's not forget Jeff Whitby, center, blocking shots, scoring, rebounding.
Yes, he's been playing unbelievable lately. He had 10 blocks against North Carolina State. Probably single-handedly won that game against North Carolina State.
I would have to agree with you. He's a tough player. We don't really give him a lot of credit. But he has been playing very well. And let's not forget Ohio State, though. They're playing well, too, right?
Ohio State, you have Solinger, you have Thomas, Aaron Kraft, William Buford. The list goes on. Lenz Smith Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you take a look at the individual matchups. Tyson Taylor is probably going to go against Aaron Kraft.
Right.
Wow, what a matchup.
That's an excellent matchup, right? Yeah, I like it. I really do like it. Aaron Kraft, he's an enigma. I don't know what to make of him because he does look like a baller. I look at his eyes, I see fear. But
Well, he's a baller. He's going to get it done.
Yes,
and he's what holds the glue together for Ohio State.
I love this game. The Sullinger,
He's really up this game.
He has a
since the big lull in February. We had like 7 games where he was non-existent.
Yeah.
And he's just come to play, and he's averaging over 20. And he's pretty much hitting a double-double per game lately in the NCAA tournament.
He's passing the ball well. He's not trying to do too much. He still kind of gets in foul trouble early in the game. It gets kind of frustrated, but he gets it back in the second half. And he just gains control of himself and plays well. The way they're playing right now, I'll venture to say that they might beat Kansas by at least more than 6 points, in my opinion.
Wow. I think it's going to be a real close game because Whitby and Robinson, they'll keep Kansas in the game.
Okay. All right.
And it's going to go right down to the wire, but I see Ohio State prevailing.
Okay. How many points? You give a...
I'll say 5 points.
Okay.
Ohio State by 5.
All right.
It's going to be a tough game, though.
Yeah. I just see it being close. First half, 5-6 minutes, before the game is over. But then I think Ohio State will prevail. I think the inside game is just going to take over. So I got Ohio State winning this game by probably 6 or more.
It would be nice if William Buford showed up because he hasn't done much in the tournament so far.
Buford has to show up, though, in order to win this game. And I do believe he will, just based on the matchup, I believe. I think he will show up and play well. And I think Ohio State wins this game.
Okay, so now we got Ohio State versus Kentucky for the national championship on Monday night in New Orleans.
We agree about something else?
Yep, we agreed.
We brothers from another. So what do you think about this matchup? What do you think? What do you like?
This is the best matchup there could possibly be.
I agree.
All Ohio State players, they match up with Kentucky, and there's not too many teams that can say that in this year's NCAA tournament.
Right.
Anthony Davis versus Jared Solinger. I give the edge to Davis.
I do too.
But Solinger, he's got an extra year on Davis.
Right.
So it's possible that he could give him a game.
It's possible, but not probable.
But Ohio State's going to get help from Deshaun Thomas, William Buford,
right.
Lenz Smith Jr.
Okay. All right.
And the big question is, can Kentucky get turnovers and turn them into easy buckets?
Do you think Ohio State has enough ball handlers? I believe. They do have.
Aaron Kraft, William Buford. Those guys can handle the ball. Deshaun Thomas even a little.
And you're talking about Kentucky. Athletic players, length, quickness, agility.
Oh yeah, no question about it. But they still are freshmen. They still have 3 freshmen that start for that team.
They are, but it's so hard to tell the way they've been playing. They are so mature.
Well, I guess it's because Anthony Davis grew 8 inches.
Yeah.
From sophomore to senior year.
Let's give Calipari some credit too, though. He has coached them well. And you know how I feel about Calipari. I think he's overrated. I think he cheats. But right now.
Well, you're not the only person that thinks he cheats.
Who else?
Everywhere he's gone, he's cheated.
Right.
We can start at UMass and go on to Memphis.
Yeah. They continue to hire him. He continues to get the recruits in by cheating, of course, but he continues to win. But he needs to win that big one, though. Until he wins that big one, then
he couldn't do it with Derrick Rose, though. And Derrick Rose is the best point guard in the NBA.
I agree with that. But he came close. He came close that year. Derrick Rose was there. They were a shot away.
That's right. They were a shot away. They couldn't free throws. Now one of the strengths Kentucky this year is they set an NCAA record for free throws in the game against Indiana last Friday night. They were 35 out of 37.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now this has not been a strength of Calipari at all. So this could come into play at the end of the game.
We all know free throw shooting always comes into play when it's a close game. We know that. You know, and hopefully.
And there's another thing about Kentucky too. They really have not been tested all year in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Well, the Indiana and then the Vanderbilt, they were tested.
Right. They haven't been tested in a while. And the SEC championship, Calipari doesn't even like, you know, SEC championship tournament championships.
Of course.
Yeah, but he was saying it before. He said that the SEC tournament could hurt his team.
I don't care. You win every game. You play hard. You try to win every game.
I disagree with that. I think that helped the Kentucky lost that game to Vanderbilt.
Hogwash. Win, win, win. No matter what. I got Kentucky. I got Kentucky winning the whole thing.
All right. Well, I'm going to surprise you here. I'm taking Ohio State. I think they're going to get it done. Sullinger's going to show why he was a preseason player of the year candidate.
All right.
And Ohio State, they're going to take care of business.
Well, the reason I think Kentucky, too much length, too much athleticism, too much maturity. They've made it this far. Why they going to get Ohio State?
Maturity for Kentucky? They got 3 freshmen starting.
Hey, I said it though. Maturity. I got Kentucky. We'll see who wins.
Wow. I see William Duford having a huge game. And that's going to help Ohio State win.
They need him. They need everybody.
All right. This was our last show of the season. And you can see us at the web at 4thKi.com. And then at Twitter at 4thKi.
Until then, guys.
Until then, we'll see you next year. Bye.
Go Kentucky. Hello everybody. We are here at US 12 in Wayne, Michigan. I'm here with John Gochi, and he's running for US Congress. You know, I got a question for you. Why did you decide to run for Congress?
I want to get out of that kitchen.
It's too hot in the kitchen, right?
I want to get out of the kitchen into the frying pan, but it's been a dream of mine ever since a little kid. And you know, in America, well, you know, you got to pursue your dreams, and I'm kind of sick and tired of being expendable from the viewpoint of Washington. I'm a small business owner, and I'm a very integral part of this community. We do a lot of fundraisers here, and we help out, you know, aspiring actors. We let them use the facilities for their movies, and aspiring TV show hosts.
4thKi appreciates that too.
Well, I understand that. So we do, you know, small businesses like me are all across this region, but Washington doesn't seem to care about us. And, you know, we've become the expendable ones. We're not GM, we're not Chrysler. And that's one of the main reasons. I am somebody, you're somebody. And, you know, these guys in Washington, they forget that they have a boss, and it's us, the people. And I want to go bring that back to Washington, because we work for the citizens of our district. That's who we represent. We're not some superstar. We're not Michael Jordan. We don't have a great athletic skill like the players on the field out there. They deserve to be out there. It's a privilege for us to be in Washington, and I want to take that attitude back of being a public servant. And you know, the partisan bickering is another thing that really alienates me. You know, Obama won the election, and it's been nothing but a fight. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, you come to a fork in the road, and you're a group of people, and you decide, the majority decides to go left. You know, everybody's got a, you know, total line to go left. I mean, imagine if you're playing tug of war and half your team's like, you know, I don't want to pull. You're going to lose. No matter what your plan is, you're going to lose, and that's the mentality that I got to go combat. And you know, and I just got done washing some dishes, and I really do want to get out of the kitchen.
So you've humbled yourself, huh?
Oh yeah, I've always been humble. You know, I grew up, you know, very grateful because I'm an immigrant. I came here when I was 9 years old, so I appreciate America. And a lot of people here forget what they got. And if you don't stand up and fight for her now, I don't know if she'll be around here for future generations. And that to me would be the biggest tragedy in world history if America goes down.
You've heard it there, folks.
You heard it here on Big Boss Man Show first.
All right. 4thKiTV. See you later.